Russell Bar. You push open the door and go inside. The bar Russell has always been a lively spot, but right now it's unusually quiet inside. In fact, the place is so empty that it seems as though it's about to close. Am I too late? You and Vyn agreed to meet at the bar after work, but unexpected tasks forced you to put in a few extra hours, thereby postponing your meeting somewhat. Still, the figure at the bar seems even more attractive in the dim light. Vyn is maneuvering various utensils like toys, casually rocking the bottle back and forth. His fluid movements remind you of what happened before. On a weekend night, you and Vyn arrive at Russell again at the invitation of Murray, the owner. The moment you step into the bar, you're enveloped in a vibrant atmosphere.
비렐름, 변호사님, 오셨군요.
After Vyn came to Salis, he started working as a mixologist at Russell under the name Wilhelm, in addition to his full-time job. His signature cocktail, Secret Whispers, has gained great popularity at Russell. Consequently, the name Wilhelm has also risen to fame. What's happening? Why are there so many people at the bar?
러셀의 바텐더가 저렇게 많지 않았던 걸로 기억하는데요.
아, 지금 비렐름이 만든 시크릿을 따라하겠다고 난리예요. 이번에 비렐름한테 새로운 이름이 생겼는데 신의 바텐더라고 하더라고요.
Faced with the more or less embarrassing title, Vyn purses his lips without making any comment.
근데 여태 아무도 성공하지 못했어요.
So that's what's going on. Vyn once brought you here for a mixology experience which sparked your interest in this activity. Seeing everyone busy at the bar, you find yourself getting excited.
그래서 사람들의 관심이 뜨거운 지금 이 기회에 목테일 만들기 대회를 열어보려고요.
A mocktail refers to a cocktail without alcohol. Strictly speaking, Secret Whisper should be considered as a mocktail.
2인 1조로 해서 2대2로 진행하고 프로, 아마추어 상관없이 모두 참가할 수 있어요.
Sounds like fun.
서론이 길다 싶었는데 이제야 본론을 얘기하네요.
Vyn, who hasn't said much this whole time, taps lightly on the table, seeming somewhat impatient with how Murray has been withholding his reason for inviting you both here.
역시 못 속인다니까. 비렐름, 너처럼 뛰어난 바텐더가 심사를 맡아주면 전문적이고 권위 있는 대회가 될 거야.
심사위원이요?
Vyn turns his gaze to you, his eyes smiling.
심사위원보다는 직접 참가하고 싶은데요.
The person who was just invited to judge is now proposing to join as a participant. This could be disastrous for the other contestant. But Vyn doesn't look like he's joking, and Murray shrugs in defeat. After all, there's no rule prohibiting him from participating in the contest.
그래, 그럼 잊지 말고 꼭 신청하라고.
Someone calls his name from a distance, so Murray walks away reluctantly, leaving you and Vyn sitting in an inconspicuous corner. How come you're so enthusiastic about competing all of a sudden? I thought you wouldn't be interested.
당신이 관심 있어 보여서요. 제가 잘못 본 걸까요?
Goes without saying that Wilhelm, known as his telepathic abilities, wouldn't miss a detail. You might have only toyed with the idea for a moment, but he caught onto it right away. But I'm new at this.
대회가 시작되기도 전에 김새는 소리를 하는 건 당신답지 않아요.
Vyn smiles, comforting you.
배운 지 얼마 안 됐지만 대회 신청까지 시간이 좀 남았으니 그때까지 많이 연습하면 돼요. 그리고 전 당신이 바텐딩에 꽤 재능이 있다고 생각해요.
Vyn takes your hand, looking earnest.
신의 바텐더의 안목을 믿어봐요. 부담스러우면 마음을 바꿔도 괜찮아요.
I somehow get the sense you're also somewhat interested in the contest, but you're right, giving up before I even start isn't my style. Let's go get some good practice for the contest. Since that day, you've been learning how to mix mocktails systematically from Vyn. Over the last few days, you have learned a lot about mixology under his guidance. Time has flown by and the day has arrived for you to sign up for the contest, so you and Vyn have agreed to meet here.
왔으면 부르지 그랬어요.
Vyn regains your attention with a simple question. Having finished mixing the drink, he turns his gaze to you, glass in hand, bathing in the cool light. This scene might seem lonely if it were someone else, but Vyn sits there dazzling like a true protagonist. I've only just arrived. You wonder if Vyn has grasped the true reason why you're interested in the contest. It's not just about trying your hand at mixing a drink. It's more about observing him in this environment. He always has a natural ease in places like that are somewhat foreign to you, and you find his demeanor particularly charming. Have you been waiting long? I wasn't expecting there to be a last-minute meeting at work.
괜찮아요. 이해해요.
His simple words of consolation are enough to clear the guilt lingering in your mind.
기다리면서 새로운 조합을 시도해보고 있었는데 마침 가장 좋은 비율을 찾았을 때 당신이 와줬어요.
He curls two fingers to push another glass next to you. The liquid swirls slightly in the glass before settling down.
괜찮은지 마셔봐요.
You nod and clink glasses with him before savoring the drink.
어때요?
It's delicious. I love it. Vyn knows you well, so the drink he's make matches your taste perfectly. Watching you take a few more sips, a smile spreads across his face as if he's more pleased with your reaction than with the drink itself. He stands up and walks over, offering you a cup of hot tea.
연한 차도 같이 마셔주면 안정 효과가 있어서 숙면에 좋아요.
참 자상하기도 해라.
Murray appears out of nowhere, placing a tablet in front of you two.
이제 다 모였으니까 신청할 수 있겠죠?
Huh? You haven't signed up yet? You thought Vyn had already finished everything by himself and was simply sitting there waiting for you.
함께 참가하는 대회이니 기다렸다가 같이 신청해야죠.
Vyn says this matter-of-factly, but you feel your cheeks burning. Is it from the hot tea or something else? Russell Bar. Murray pulls up the registration system and proceeds to give a brief introduction.
일단 팀 이름이랑 로고부터 정해주시고 전 방해되지 않게 이만 가볼게요.
He leaves with a knowing look. You tap the tablet to prevent the screen from locking.
좋은 아이디어 있을까요?
Nothing interesting at the moment.
괜찮아요. 시간은 많으니 천천히 생각해봐요.
Vyn props his cheek up with one hand, looking utterly unimpressed by what Murray just said. Russell Bar. After some careful consideration, you and Vyn finally submit your team name and logo. Just when you think all the preparations are over and all that's left to do is wait for the contest to start, some rules pop up along with the notification of successful registration. In addition to the information you already know, Murray has also introduced a few special rules. In this contest, each round will feature a different theme aimed at testing various mixology skills. To make things easier, we'll announce the theme for the next day after publishing the results of the previous round. Well, are you curious about the theme for our first round? Another window pops up on the screen, but it only gives you one option, yes.
머레이다운 방식이네요.
Vyn taps yes indifferently and a string of words in an elaborate font appears, spinning and growing larger. We'll keep things simple for the first round. Your skills will be tested in mixing a basic traditional mocktail. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're all capable of. See you at the contest! There's no need to tap on anything. The final line grows larger and larger, eventually disappearing from the screen. The traditional mocktail? After reading the pompous notification, you find yourself pondering on the contest theme.
먼저 혼자서 도전해보는 건 어때요?
Huh? Me?
네, 제가 도와줄게요.
You turn your gaze to Vyn, words of hesitation stuck in your throat.
불안한가요?
Of course I do. I'll give it a try.
좋아요. 전 당신을 믿어요.
Vyn picks up his own glass and clinks it against yours, making a crisp sound.
자신감 있게 하면 돼요.
I will. You'll do your best in the game, even if it's only to live up to his trust in you. Russell Bar. As the judges reveal their final decision, quiet conversations can be heard from all corners of the bar. It's somewhat noisy inside at the moment, but you're not at all bothered by the voices. Just as I thought, it's pretty difficult to produce two separate layers with two kinds of fruit juice that have similar densities. But if I had kept my hand steady while I was pouring, I would have been able to achieve a more perfect result. After reviewing your mixing process, you unwittingly pick up the spoon again for another attempt. Are you still thinking about the previous step? Before you know it, Vyn is standing by your side. His hand gently holds yours, providing firm support. Before long, you've mixed a mocktail with clearer layers than before. Actually, you did very well just now. You maintained a steady flow for a better layering, and your hands barely shook. Still, juice and syrup is a more common combination for mixing layered mocktails. It is easier to work with. But that combination comes with obvious flaws. You can never achieve a perfect flavor by combining substances that cannot fully mix. What Vyn just pointed out is precisely the reason you attempted that unusual combination in the first place. Yeah, the recipe is pretty common. I just wanted it to taste better. That's why you choose pineapple juice and orange juice, two juices with complementary flavors to mix the layered mocktails. Although the two juices have different densities, they are still both liquids, making it difficult to keep them separated, which makes the combination a risky choice. But Vyn shows his support with a firm gaze when you're picking the ingredients. Did you know what I was thinking just then? Of course, it is always like this between us. Just a glance in the eye and we understand each other's thoughts. Do you not agree? But to tell you the truth, I was somewhat surprised that you challenged yourself like that in the contest. Actually, I wasn't very sure about that either. But come to think of it, if I had focused solely on getting a good score, chances are I still wouldn't have made anything that good. This might sound like words to make oneself feel better coming from the loser, so you steal a glance at Vyn's eyes. His golden eyes are filled with joy and praise, giving you more confidence. Even though we lost this round, I'm sure we have nothing to worry about in the group stage, especially with you on our team, bartender of the gods. Yes, rest assured. Moreover, aiming to create the most perfect mocktail demonstrates your respect for the contest. Sadly, I had to make sacrifices to ensure the best flavor. I think our opponent did perform better when it comes to the layering. I guess the judges were also more focused on the layering. It is inevitable for judges to consider their personal preferences when assigning scores. But listen, there are many who prefer your concept. With Vim prompting you to listen, you shift your attention to the discussions around you, suddenly noticing that many people are discussing your mocktail. Oh, are they? You were so absorbed in reviewing your performance that you did not notice. In fact, many people have spoken highly of your mocktail after the results were revealed. So that's what the discussions were about. So, it's actually kind of popular? Then I feel like it's worth losing this 1 point. The disappointment lingering in your heart gradually fades away. You let out a long sigh of relief on top of Vince's chuckle. Seems like you have pulled yourself together. Then let us get ready for the next round.
들어볼래요?
Russell Bar. Working together, you and Vince successfully make it through the first round. Although you're new to this, not all participants in the contest are professional mixologists. Many are amateurs like yourself.
자, 우승자 여러분, 잠시 모여주시죠.
Murray lightly taps on his glass, the clear ringing sound grabbing everyone's attention at once.
우선 두 번째 라운드에 진출하신 것을 축하드립니다. 앞서 안내해드린 바와 같이 이번 대회는 바텐더의 여러 자질을 테스트하기 위한 주제들이 다양하게 준비되어 있습니다. 따라서 두 번째 라운드에서는 여러분의 임기응변 능력을 테스트하게 됩니다.
임기응변?
Vyn frowns as if he's already guessed what the next challenge is going to be.
사용하는 재료를 제한하려는 걸까요?
각 팀의 바텐더는 랜덤으로 주어진 재료를 사용해 목테일을 만들어야 합니다.
Everyone leaves shortly after the theme is announced. Limited ingredients. How are we going to prepare ourselves for that? Unlike other cocktails, there's almost no limit to the combinations of ingredients for a mocktail. And because of the immense variety of ingredients and their combinations, the chance of getting only familiar ingredients in the contest and mixing a suitable drink is comparable to that of encountering the exact problems you've solved before in a college entrance
잘
exam.
모르는 재료를 받을까봐 걱정되나요?
Yeah, after all, there are so many different possibilities. Or do you have some kind of secret that helps you predict the ingredients they're going to give out? For reasons beyond your understanding, you sometimes get the impression that Vyn is capable of anything.
운에 기대서는 안 돼요. 가장 중요한 건 본질을 파악하는 거예요. 재료를 알아야 이길 수 있다고 생각하기보다 절대 틀리지 않는 조합만 알면 돼요.
Vyn stands up from his seat, turning his gaze to the bar not far away. You mean I should come up with something like a formula?
맞아요. 이제 시합이 그렇게 어렵게 느껴지지 않죠?
Yes.
그럼 다음 라운드도 마저 메인으로 진행해보는 건 어때요?
Vyn just inspired you with a way to tackle the challenge, and now he's leaving the choice to you again. Let me have another try. Now that I know how to solve the problem, all that's left is to practice and get more familiar with it.
그래요. 제가 도와줄게요.
Nothing more has to be said. Compared to actually winning, it's more important to enjoy the process of collaborating with Vyn. Russell Bar. The winning motel is Glow, while Regret has regretfully lost in this round. Regretfully lost in the round. You can hardly stifle an untimely chuckle as you listen to Murray's tongue twister, even though you've just lost the round. What is so funny? I just feel like we've given a good name to our mocktail. Speaking of the mocktail's name, you find yourself thinking about the last round where you were required to mix a mocktail with limited ingredients. What do you think? Will it taste better if we put these ingredients together? You feel a little nervous as you watch Vyn lost in thought. Overall, it has a good flavor, but aftertaste is somewhat dry and bitter. Perhaps we could add some coconut juice to make it smoother. But in today's round, you're only allowed to use randomly assigned ingredients. As for the ones assigned to your team, we don't have any coconut juice. In that case, we might have to replace it with passion fruit juice. It might not be as refreshing as coconut juice, but it can help mitigate the bitterness. But a substitute is not the same as the optimal solution. It is somewhat unfortunate. I guess this is the exact situation Murray was expecting to see when he designed the game like this. It is indeed something he would do. Looking at Vin's frustrated expression, a thought flashes across your mind. But Vin, I just thought of a great name for this mocktail. It's a regret because of the limited choice of ingredients. Coupled with this round's results culminating in the drink named regret. When you think of it like that, this story revolving around the word regret is actually pretty perfect. Yes, it is perfect. Vin takes your hand, his fingers rubbing it gently, leaving a trail of warmth on the back of it. The shifting light suddenly softens, flowing across his golden eyes as if concealing the myriad of thoughts within. But those hidden emotions are always transparent between the two of you. They are going to announce the ingredients for the next round. Let's go take a look. We can't have any regrets this time. Russell Bar. The second round has come to an end. You and Vin have made it to the next round. This time, Array does not need to call for everyone's attention as all the teams have eagerly gathered around him, anxious to learn the rules for the next round.
다들 이렇게 적극적이시네. 저도 요점을 바로 말씀드려야겠네요. 다음 라운드는 아주 간단합니다. 정해진 시간 안에 목테일 한 잔을 완성하시면 됩니다. 물론 시간을 넉넉히 들이지는 않을 겁니다. 승패를 가려야 하니까요. 그럼 행운을 빌죠.
After making the announcement, Murray leaves without looking back. A mixing challenge with a time limit, speed will be really important for this one.
그렇죠. 기본기만 잘 잡혀 있으면 걱정할 필요 없어요.
Basic skills, I know what I should practice now. You drag Vin to the bar counter Murray has specially prepared for the participants to practice on.
쉐이킹을 연습하려고요?
Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm still not good enough. Shaking is all about speed and tempo. You know you're doing it right when you hear that lovely sound of ice bumping rhythmically against the inner walls of the shaker. But for a beginner like you, it's by no means an easy feat to achieve both. If I don't get more practice, I'll be scrambling around when I speed things up tomorrow and I might just make a mistake. Vin puts some ice cubes in the shaker and hands it to you as he listens.
한번 해봐요.
He asks with a smile, possibly concerned that you might get nervous in a situation like this.
부담 갖지 말아요. 고칠 점들이 있는지 보려는 것뿐이니까요.
Recalling the techniques you learned earlier, you grip the shaker tightly and shake it back and forth. Ice cubes rock violently in the shaker. Absorbed in the movement, you hear nothing but the sound of them colliding. After giving it 10 fast shakes both vertically and horizontally, you put down the shaker. How was it?
큰 문제는 없어요. 좀 더 완벽하게 하고 싶다면 팔보다는 손목 힘으로 흔드는 게 좋을 것 같아요. 흔들 때 얼음이 제멋대로 움직이는 느낌이 있었을 거예요.
Instead of explaining it through words, it's much clearer to just demonstrate it, so Vyn grabs your wrist, guiding you as you shake the bottle once again. He moves slowly so that you can better understand how the force is applied.
어때요?
Yeah, I think I'm beginning to get it. He's about to pull away when you subconsciously grab his hand, turning your gaze to him. Could you show me a couple more times? Once isn't enough, I think. He pulls you in closer to him, his eyes dancing with a gentle smile.
그럼 조금만 더 연습하고 쉬는 거예요?
Sure. It will be smooth sailing come tomorrow. You just have the feeling that it will be even before the event.
줄 수 있을지도 몰라요.
Russell Bar. Huh, time's up already? But the bunny number 2 apple cup hasn't grown any ears yet. The apples Russell prepared today seem particularly fresh, each one of them full, round and shiny. So you and Vyn both came up with the idea of carving a mocktail cup out of an apple. However, the time limit is making you feel a real sense of urgency. The bunny ear seems like... Watching as one of the bunny ears is about to fall off because you accidentally cut it, you scramble to save it, but still. This seems to be a lost case. Worry not, let us start over again. As he speaks, Vyn picks out another full red apple and passes it to you. Under Vyn's guidance, the two of you are back on track in no time. But your plan to finish carving together before working on the mocktail has been disrupted. Vyn needs to concentrate on mixing the drink now, which leaves you alone to the task of carving the apple cup. I was so worried I'd make the same mistake that I didn't carve fast enough to complete it. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have chosen such a complicated technique when we had a time limit. We both found it interesting, and the apples today were exceptionally fresh. These were the reasons why we made the decision, do you not agree? No need to worry about the score, we are not lagging too far behind. It is still a pity though, I was very much looking forward to your bunny cup. Yeah, I was pretty confident. I felt your confidence, so it was not really that much of a pity. Huh? I only meant to say that we could carve it again at home when we are not in a rush. And in that way, it will be our cup alone. Yeah. Due to the various constraints, accidents beyond your control are bound to arise during the contest. Luckily, whenever you and Vyn work together, he always seems capable of turning every problem into little strokes of luck that belong to just the two of you. Russell Bar. After the announcement about which teams have advanced to the next round, all the lights in the bar dim down. Everyone's attention is drawn to the bar under the spotlight as rapid drum beats sound. Is he about to give us a performance? Murray, standing in the center of everyone's attention, starts to move in line with the rhythm. He throws a bottle of liquor high into the sky before catching it gently and spinning it in his hand as if wielding a sword. His fluid and elegant movements match the music seamlessly. As the performance draws to a close, the audience bursts into applause.
감사합니다. 그럼 다음 내용이 뭔지 다들 짐작하셨겠죠? 준결승전까지 진출하신 분들이라면 상당한 실력을 갖고 계실 거라 생각합니다. 다들 아시다시피 바텐딩 대회라면 화려한 플레이어 쇼가 빠질 수 없는데요. 그래서 다음 라운드에서는 이 부문을 겨뤄보려 합니다.
Flair bartending. I think that's a bit too much for me. After Murray leaves, you think back on what he just did, believing it to be too complex. Looks like you'll have to take charge in the next round. I'll try my best to keep up.
아직 아무 말도 안 했는데 마음을 벌써 정한 것 같네요. 제 플레이어 쇼를 보여준 적이 없는데 제가 할 줄 모르면 어떡하려고요?
But that's impossible. You're the bartender of the gods. At this point, you've already gotten used to saying this title out loud.
그렇게까지 말하면 몰라도 안다고 해야 할 것 같은데요.
Vyn sounds as if he's complaining, but you can hear the mirth in his voice.
그럼 같이 연습해 볼까요? 플레이어 쇼는 저도 안 한 지 조금 돼서요.
Despite what he's saying, Vyn casually grabs a bottle and spins it halfway through midair before catching it with his other hand. Coming from someone supposedly out of practice, those are some fluid movements.
플레이어 쇼는 리듬감과 동작의 아름다움을 중요시하기 때문에 우리도 움직일 때마다 호흡을 맞춰서 부드럽게 동작을 이어가야 해요.
I get it. We need to be able to stay in sync. You don't need to worry about that. You're very confident when it comes to the rapport between you and Vyn. And things turn out just as you expected. Although working together feels somewhat rough at the beginning, you sync up in no time as you adapt to each other's tempo. Looking at Vyn's confident and elegant movements, you feel very confident about tomorrow's match. Russell Bar. Ah, it's burnt. The theme for the Flair Bartending Challenge is a mocktail that's hot like fire. Vyn is taking the lead in this round and you will be helping him taste the ingredients. After savoring a series of very strong ingredients, you still feel like your tongue is numb even at the end of the round. Kiara, are you alright? Try some of this. I added more pomegranate juice so it should taste mildly refreshing. Okay. You grab the cup Vyn hands over and take a big gulp. You just saved my life. That is good to hear. You did not have to push yourself and try everything, you know. You could have just let me handle the more challenging ingredients. But I wanted to protect your taste buds so they could do their job sampling our masterpiece. I'm your assistant, you know, so it's my duty to assist you. But as the sweet aftertaste of the pomegranate juice blooms on your tongue, you suddenly notice something familiar about it. Did you also add some pomegranate juice to the mocktail you just mixed for the contest? You notice It was only a few drops, so it would not affect the overall flavor, just adding an elusive hint of sweetness to the aftertaste. In my opinion, a drink that is hot like fire is more than just about the thrilling flavor. Using a hint of sweet aftertaste to balance out the spiciness will add more layers to the flavor, thus intensifying the fire even further. The mocktail Vyn just mixed this exactly as he described. Against a hint of sweetness, the spicy main note feels even more exhilarating. I agree, if I were a judge, I think yours was the best. Too bad the judges were unable to grasp that. They need to work at becoming better mixologists. Thinking about the result of the previous round, you can't help but feel a twinge of vexation on Vyn's behalf. Vyn blinks as if not expecting you to see that. He then chuckles after a brief pause. Yes, you are right. They should work on improving their skills. He takes your hand and, alone in the dim corner, quickly presses a gentle kiss on the back of it. As for me and my mocktail, we have already obtained our prize. Russell Bar. The semi-final has ended. You and Vyn have made it to the final round. As the contest draws closer to the end, favored teams advance, but the competition is getting fiercer and the number of audience members keeps increasing. You cast a glance at the surrounding crowd. Everyone is waiting for Murray to appear. He must be feeling very satisfied.
여러분 안녕하세요. 우선 결승전에 진출한 두 팀 모두 축하드립니다. 다들 결승전의 마지막 주제가 궁금하실 텐데요. 심사숙고 끝에 이번에는 주제를 정하지 않기로 했습니다.
The crowd erupts in surprise upon hearing Murray's words.
여기까지 왔다는 건 두 팀 다 기술적으로 뛰어나다는 의미니까요. 그래서 이번엔 바텐더로서 가장 중요한 자질을 테스트해볼까 합니다. 각 팀은 창의력을 발휘해서 새로운 목테일을 만들고 그 안에 담긴 생각을 설명해 주시면 됩니다.
After all constraints have been removed, you feel somewhat at a loss staring at the tools and ingredients in front of you. There are countless possibilities for putting together a mocktail. With all the restrictions gone, I don't even know where to start. Murray sure knows how to create a challenge.
아직 조합 같은 건 고민하지 말고 제일 간단한 것부터 생각해봐요. 이 목테일을 만드는 목적이 무엇인지요?
To win the contest?
맞아요. 그럼 어떻게 해야 이길 수 있을까요?
Vyn speaks steadily as if he is enjoying the process of discussing this with you. A good flavor, a good looking drink.
그 두 가지도 영향이 있겠지만 제일 중요한 건 결승전까지 올라왔다면 상대의 실력이 우리와 막상막하일 수 있어요. 단순히 맛이나 비주얼만 신경 썼다가는 이기기 어려울지도 몰라요.
That makes sense. In contests like this, it's not just your abilities that match you in the end.
맞아요. 심사위원에게 깊은 인상을 줄수록 채점에서 더 유리할 거예요.
A deeper impression. But can we really pull that off with just a mocktail?
그건 해보면 알게 되겠죠. 하지만 그 전에 심사위원에게 어떤 인상을 줄지부터 정해야 해요. 그렇다면 아름답고 깊은 인상이 좋겠죠.
As the lights of the bar dim down, you fix your gaze on Vyn, whose golden eyes seems all the more special in the dimly lit environment, so alluring that you can hardly look away. A low and sluggish female voice emanates from the speakers. It's the resident singer at Russell. She is singing a jazz love song, telling the story of love at first sight in her slurred tone.
운명적인 사랑을 처음 만났을 때의 느낌이라면 충분히 아름답고 깊은 인상을 줄 수 있지 않을까요?
Is it the song that has inspired you too, or is the memory so vivid that the two of you have revisited it countless times? The answer is clear. Yeah, but how are we going to convey that feeling with a mocktail?
제 경험상으로는 서로 첫인상이 떠오르는 재료를 하나씩 고르고 조금씩 섞어가면서 가장 적절한 비율을 찾는 게 좋을 것 같아요. 어때요?
You feel as though Vin isn't just talking about how to mix a mocktail. Anything you say, and I've already thought of a name for this mocktail.
마침 저도 떠올린 게 있는데 같은 이름이지 않을까요? 깊고 아름다운 인상이라면 하나뿐이죠. 첫눈에 반한 사랑.
The two of you say the name at the same time while exchanging a smile. You're certain that the bliss of love at first sight will be felt by everyone savoring the mocktail. Russell Bar. It feels especially refreshing. The robust flavor carries a hint of fruity, sour sweetness. I kind of like their mocktail. What do you think? Well, I think they have brought out the best in the characteristics of every ingredient. They deserve to enter the finals given their exceptional skills. After 2 rounds into the final, your team and your opponent have won 1 round each. In the round where both teams are asked to taste each other's mocktails, you are instantly drawn to the work of the opposing team, letting out a genuine cry of admiration. Seems like today's game is going to be tough. I agree, but we will certainly enjoy it. You're right, but you don't look worried at all. Have you thought of a strategy? You could say that, but it is nothing in particular. Vin gently twirls the spoon in his hand before using it to stir the air in the glass, reflecting glamorous lights. We only need to keep up our own style and work out what kinds of emotions we would like to convey with each mocktail. Hence, let us practice for a while before the next round so we can find a better rhythm. Russell Bar. After another close defeat, you're slightly lagging behind on the scoreboard. Although you've been doing what Vin told you and enjoying the mixing itself, you still can't help but feel nervous as the championship draws closer. I can feel how skilled they are with their excellent ideas and professional techniques. For someone like me who's only just entered the world of mixology, it feels impossible to ever reach their level. What is the problem? Is it the flavor? Do you find it unpleasant? No, I think it's amazing. But that's exactly where the problem is. Their mocktail is exceptionally good. I suppose you are worried about our opponent's strength. You seem quite relaxed throughout, but now you are getting nervous right at the finals? Well, we only signed up because it seems interesting, but now that we're in the finals, I just sort of feel like I really want to win. Still, our opponents are really good, so I guess it won't be a big deal if we actually lose to them. You stare at the module perfect in every conceivable aspect, your voice trailing off. Vin gently places his warm palms on the backs of your hands. Your gaze falls lightly on your clasped hands, knowing he's worried about you. At this moment, the flowing light sweeps across his hand. You catch an almost imperceptible perceivable redness on Vin's fingertip. Vince hurt? Is he really hurt, or was I just seeing things? You unwittingly clasp your hands around his slender fingers, focusing as you wait for the light to shift again. Suddenly, all your worries don't seem so important anymore. You can't even hear Vince's words as he comforts you. What is the matter? What are you thinking about? As he asks you, noticing that you're distracted, you finally manage to make out the mark on his hand with the help of the next beam of light. Luckily, it's just a light scratch. I'm fine, but you? You pull his hand up, holding it in front of him, your fingertips subconsciously caressing the mark. Did you get scratched by the ice pick when we were breaking the ice? Does it hurt? If you ever need to use your fingertips again, let me help you. Vin blinks in surprise. A moment later, an exasperated smile appears on his face. Okay, but you do not need to worry about me. It is just a graze, and it does not hurt at all. Nor do you need to worry about the game. Our opponents may be professionals, but you have made great progress over the last several days. Our teamwork has also improved, enough to rival any team of professional mixologists. Just enjoy the contest as you did before. As for everything else, have faith in me. Okay, I believe in you. There is no need to dwell on the other meaningless emotions. As long as you're looking into Vince's eyes, you find yourself filled with confidence. Your victory was written long ago, sealed by that tacit understanding shared between you and him, solid yet unwavering. Russell Bar.
심사위원들의 만장일치로 결정된 이번 대회의 우승자는
Maurice says the name of your team out loud, a name soon drowned out by jubilant cheers. A spotlight settles on the two of you, so dazzling that you can barely make out the vibrant surroundings. You feel as though you're in a dream and only the person beside you is real.
자, 이번 대회 규모에 맞게 특별히 우승자를 위한 트로피를 제작했습니다. 두 분 축하드립니다.
The trophy shimmers under the cold light. Vince smiles at you.
같이 들어요.
Russell Bar. You pick up the trophy, its weight adding a touch of reality to everything in front of you. You and Vin have journeyed this far by working together through every step of the way.
다시 한번 축하드립니다.
A wave of applause sweeps over, not only from your opponents but also from the spectators. You hear no end of warm congratulations as everyone squeezes in closer with a happy smile.
다음으로 대회의 성공적인 마무리를 축하하기 위해 비렐름님께서 직접 시크릿을 준비해 주셨습니다. 한정 수량이고요. 그럼 모두 즐거운 밤 되시길 바라겠습니다.
After Murray finishes his sentence, the crowd erupts into cheers so thunderous that it feels like the roof might come off. Huh? Is there such a segment? When did Vin even have time to make it? With everyone's attention drawn by secret whispers, you and Vin finally manage to get away from the seemingly endless compliments.
이겨서 행복한가요?
Of course! Vin looks around before leaning in mysteriously, taking your hand.
따라와요.
What?
당신이 더 행복해할 곳으로 데려가 줄게요.
You expect Vin to take you out of Russell, but instead, he leads you to somewhere darker. After ascending a long staircase, the two of you are gradually detached from the vibrant wall. A breeze blows by, dispersing the chatter and music into the silence of the night. Russell Rooftop. At the top of the staircase lies a balcony bath in warm lighting, transformed into a little paradise. A single glance reveals it has been meticulously arranged in advance. The distant cityscape is as luxurious as ever. Occasionally, you catch the faint sounds of traffic, almost as if they had come from a different world. What is this?
우리의 우승 상품이에요.
Huh, I thought it was the trophy.
트로피는 머레이가 준비한 거고 이건 제가 준비한 거예요.
As the two of you settle onto the sofa, you notice several cups laid out on the coffee table in front of you. The cups are filled with beautifully crafted mocktails, the very creations you've both made during the contest.
요 며칠 대회 때문에 제대로 쉬지도 못했잖아요. 머레이한테 부탁해서 여기를 하룻밤 빌렸어요.
Is that why you made secret whispers for everyone?
뭐 작은 대가랄까요? 그걸 만들다 보니 다들 제가 만든 목테일을 마신다면 당신 것도 있어야겠더라고요. 그래서 우리가 이번 대회에서 함께 만들었던 목테일들을 재현해봤어요.
Vin is thoughtful enough to prepare only small portions of each drink so they won't cause you any problem. But you feel as though your heart is a sponge soaked in water, swelling in your chest and leaving you speechless. He's always like this. It comes so naturally to him to make others understand their special significance to him.
감동했나 본데요.
With a surprise like this, who wouldn't be? To emphasize your feelings, you wrap your arms around Vin, unable to resist the urge of drawing closer to him. You're right.
응?
I am happier here. As long as you're with him, you'll be happy wherever you go. You look up at Vin with from his embrace. He bows his head slightly, as if wanting to kiss you, but you turn your face away. Let me taste the mocktail first. I'll see how well you've replicated it. Wanting to tease him, you pick out a mocktail at random. The flavor is very familiar. Even though you were the one who mixed it during the contest, Vin has replicated it perfectly. This not only attests to his good memory, but also shows that he's always been observant of you while you were mixing the drinks.
어떠시죠, 심사위원님?
After you finish drinking, Vin takes the empty cup and casually places it back on the coffee table before pulling you into a tighter embrace. Are you curious about your score? Why don't you try it yourself? You tilt your head to look up at him. sharing with him the full experience of what you just savored. He only pauses for a second before joining you in exploring all the flavors hidden in that mocktail. The freshness of red tea, the fragrance of roses, and numerous other layers of sweetness that defy specific description. What do you think? How many points should I give you? You don't forget to tease him as the two of you part briefly.
음미할 시간이 너무 짧아서 객관적인 점수를 줄 수 없겠는데요.
He lowers his head again, appearing genuinely eager to learn about his score. The night deepens, starlight hanging low, but nothing of the outer world matters to you anymore.